to the Just Zo Show. I am your host, Just Zo, or Alonzo, whichever one you prefer. I prefer the ladies call me Alonzo, so we're going to just leave it at that. People, this is my ninth episode, number 9. And, you know, I never thought I would be doing this right here because this is like a passion of mine. Like, I've been wanting to do something like this for years, but I figured like to do one of these kind of podcasts, you gotta actually have something to talk about, actually have something to say. You know, not saying that don't really work because I see quite a few that, they do what they do and it is what it is. I'm not one to judge or say anything because, hey, we all living this life and we gotta live it as best as we can. So with that, like I was saying, I love what I'm doing. I'm surprised that it's number 9, but I'm happy that it's number 9 also. And along with that, I see people are, they viewing the podcast, and I appreciate that. Like somebody told me to keep doing this, and that was like a close friend of mine. So I'm like, okay, shout out to you, Jay. And I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody is listening because I didn't honestly think anybody was listening. I thought I was just talking to the air or something. But anyways, we're going to try to keep this going. Oh, I forgot. I see people like my remixes too. Okay, that's fine. See, my thing with that is, when records were a hit, people made remix versions of them, like extended versions for the DJs to play, and they don't do that no more. Like, I wonder what's going on, like you hear about 2-3 minutes of a song and that's it. So I figured like some songs, I just try to include what I like to hear in them, or I may have heard it somewhere and be like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And then I go and try to mix it and make it my own, you know. I don't like, I like long versions. If it's a song I like to have it extended because I want to keep on hearing it. I want to hear how they played it out, how the whole thing played out. So that's why I do what I do. But if you feel that there's a song you would like for me to try to do that with, one of your favorites or something, just send it in. Send it in. Talk to me, let me know what you think. And we'll go from there. But y'all, I want to talk about the last 2 weeks of my life because it's some serious stuff went down. And most of y'all know that the 13th of March, my daughter had passed away. She was 25. A week before then, or close to a week before then, she had went in the hospital. She was pregnant and she went to have her baby, to get a C-section, and she went, they did that. Baby was born, healthy baby girl, my daughter was fine too at that time. And, she was calling people and, talking to everybody and stuff. Hell, she called me a few times and we were talking. And I'm, like, I'm about to come up there. I'm like, you want me to come up there? And she was like, no, they only letting like one person up at a time during the day. So she was like, just come tomorrow. Like, okay. So, she sent me pictures of the newborn and things of that such. Everything was fine. Like 4 something in the morning, her kid's father, he was there with her and she was feeding the baby and she was complaining about having a headache. So he said all of a sudden she just passed out and wouldn't respond. So he called the nurses and doctors and stuff. They came in trying to you know, get her to wake up, and they couldn't. So they had to go and, do emergency x-rays and things of that such, and they seen that she was bleeding from the brain. So they had to do an emergency what is it called? I think cranial whatever, and drain the blood from her brain because it was so much in there that it had damaged the left side of her brain because it was in there for more than 5 minutes, meaning her brain, that side of the brain, didn't get any oxygen, you know, and along with that being pushed up against, whatever the case, a lot of, let's just say, quite a bit happened to her during that time. And, the doctors would come and tell us that they didn't think she was going to make it. But you know how you are about your family. Everybody want their family to make it, regardless of what somebody else say. So we going up there every day, making sure they doing what they doing, and staying until visiting hours are over because they wouldn't even let like one of or two of us stay the night up there with her. I was prepared to start doing that, but they wouldn't let us. So close to a week later, I'm up there, me, my son, my niece, and her granddad on her mom's side. And we all in the room with her. The granddad was like, "Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat, y'all. I'll be back. I'll call y'all. I'll let y'all know when I'm in the waiting room, waiting area." So he goes get something. He come back, and my son first one to go and see what's what. So me and my niece sitting there, and we talking. So I tell her like, "Look, go see what he got, and text me back. Let me know what's what. And I'll let you know if I want to eat anything from him or not." So she goes and does that. Well, she goes to check it out, and it's just me and my daughter in the room. And all her vitals were good, whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything just started dropping, and I'm like, "Oh my God, come on, please don't do this to me, not me." She passed away. So I'm like, "Wow, you would do this while I'm here." So I got to be the bad guy and let everyone know that she passed away that day. And of course, family coming upstairs crying and things of that such. And I know we all deal with grief in a different way. Like, you know, so just me, I couldn't be around all that. So I just went downstairs and just stayed by the front door in the hospital because I just needed some air. And it's, y'all, it's not about being strong or whatever the case is, because I'm not trying to portray that role at all. I just was, and I still am. I still am. I was so dang on angry, just angry at the whole situation because she was nothing but 25, you know? And that's it. So, along with that, we asking questions. This is before she passed. We asking questions on how they could let something like this happen to her. Where as they supposed to been, usually I heard when a woman has a baby, they supposed to constantly check on her because anything can happen. And her baby daddy was like, no, they didn't do any of that. Man, you know. Thing is, though, I started doing a little research with that, and I found out that, women are dying while giving birth. America, with that subject right there, America has a very high maternal mortality rate, especially for black women, which is 3 times as likely as white women. We do more cesarean sections, C sections, if you will, than any other country. And the reason why they do it is because it's faster and it costs more. See, the thing with America, America the Great, I should say, if it's something medical and they can benefit from it, oh, they gonna push it. They definitely gonna push it. They gonna try to make that agenda. Then they're making a law for something like that to happen. You know, and I said this before on the previous podcast. I'm 50 years old, but I can remember 40 years ago them on TV, the commercials, talking about donate to this cause to help us find a cure for cancer. You mean to tell me, y'all, honestly, 40 damn years later, 40 years later, and they still ain't got a cure? Come on, y'all. Wait, just y'all, come on, y'all. Just listen to me. 40 years later, and they don't have a cure. What the hell are they doing? Listen, and they getting all these millions. I tell you what, give me 2 million and about 5 winos. I bet you we come up with something. You know, man, I'm just, whew, you know, America, I just don't know. I mean, I've been not knowing about them for a long time, but I really don't know. And people say all this, well, if you don't like it here, go back and things of that such. Hell, I've been here. Trust me, been here. I ain't about to sit here and go with my ancestors help build and all this and that. No, I've been here, and I live here, and I ain't gotta like it. I ain't gotta like the things that's going on here. But I'm just one man voicing his opinion. You know, um, I just I just don't know. Like with that whole situation, especially with it being so personal to me with my daughter, like they didn't add her on the news. She's in the magazines now. Like the whole thing is Detroit woman dies after giving birth, and they wonder why, what's going on. Um, People ask me have I grieved yet, and no, I haven't. And it's not that I'm trying to be strong and not be a certain kind of way or whatever, but I am just, you know what, y'all? I'm so angry about this situation. But at the same time, I keep seeing pictures of her, different pictures of her. I mean, just often. So it's damn near like she ain't went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like people, she touched a lot of people. You know, so people posting pics of her and them and talking about what was going on at the time and all of that. And you know, my baby she lived a full life, I could say, because right out of high school, she was going, she was doing her thing, traveling to different countries, going on cruise ships. I mean, my baby girl was doing it. But that don't mean that her life had to be cut short. No, that's not right. But what can you do? I often think about this. I watched her pass away, and then I watched them put her in the ground. You know, final moments. I watched her pass away, and I watched her put him in the ground. Like, and I'm still trying to make sense of this. Like, I don't know. I guess my mind is just refusing to give in and be like, yeah, that's what you seen. Even though I know that's what I seen. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just hard, man. And it's hard. Losing anybody, period, is hard. But losing a child, it's like, what? That's not supposed to happen. But it did. So, you know, um, I said this before, about this country, America. They're not interested in finding cures. They want to find treatments, make treatments so you will keep coming back for that treatment because it's making you feel a little bit better than you were. So you thinking I keep doing this, I'll be feeling all the way better in the long run. But nah, just like every other thing, it has its good, but it has its bad. It might make you feel good and show you no signs of cancer, but damn, here goes something, now your liver gone or whatever. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what exactly would be happening during those stages, depending on what you're taking. But I'm just speaking, and I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it, and this thing right here has really, really touched me, and I'm just trying to make sense of it. So, anyways, I think I said enough. I'm no, 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 no. I forgot this. Let me say this first before I go. People, I didn't think health insurance was this bad here until this happened to me, until I had my accident in April of 2013, and they had to amputate both my legs. So, you know, being that my insurance or the thing that happened to me was auto related, therefore, auto insurance is my life insurance in a sense, or medical insurance. And, it's like they roll out the red carpet for me because, they know they're going to get paid. But everyone else who has regular insurance or whatever kind of insurance, it's like they just do the bare minimum for them. And they may need a certain kind of treatment more than I do. But due to their type of insurance, they only getting them what they giving them. And again, great old America. I don't want to keep talking about America though. I mean, I want to say it has its good points, but then again, I don't want to be getting attacked by y'all folks out there like that. Oh, like that. I seen this series called The Swarm, and I don't know if it's based off of Beyonce or not, but it's kind of funny. It's a good one. I've been watching it. I ain't watched it all yet, but I'm gonna go back and watch some after this. But thanks for listening, y'all. You know, I really do appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Keep on and tell a friend or a family member about it because I'm gonna try and start putting more stuff out here. I'm gonna start by trying to, Again, like I said about the remixes, if it's a song you want me to try to do something with, then let me know. But I'm just go ahead and cut it short. Well, cut it long, however this would. But my closing. If you like or dislike something I've said, thank you and my apologies. That's it. That's all. I'm just Y'all have a great one. Later.